Today we talk about the Ano, and you guys want to know if the Ano is still worth growing. So last time when we did a video on it, I did say it was worth growing because it was basically super OP, to where they even had to remove it from official servers just so they can fix it, which apparently never did anything because he was still OP when he came back. So I don't know what they really changed. My opinion though, before we get started, is I don't think he's really OP because there is ways to counter it, but let's go over everything in this video. So he does have 720 max health. That is a lot of max health for this little guy right here. He has more health than the Aloe and the Suko. He is the only one out of all the official dinos that has 2.5 armor. Every other dino that's official has 1 armor. He has 2.5, and he does have 3,000 combat weight, which is actually a pretty good combat weight for him, and based on how his moveset is, I feel like that's a good sweet spot for him as well. So 3,000 combat weight is the same as like an Alioramus. He does have the second best health recovery rate in the herbivore category, so his health regains faster than mostly a lot of other dinos. And when it comes to that, that's kind of an issue because, for one, if he's in his hunker down ability, he can take so much damage to where if he gets a low and then he's able to get somewhere safe, he can regen his health pretty quickly, going right back into battle and prolonging it even longer. When it comes to the moveset, there has been a few changes, so let's go over everything that he has now. So for senses, they did give him a lone survivor ability, which gives you a 10% armor increase and increased maneuverability when not in a group. This is a new ability, so he didn't have this before. And like I said, he has the most armor out of everyone, already at 2.5. So this will bring up 10% more. I don't really know if he needed that buff right there. But let's go to front limb. They also added 2 new abilities for front limb that he didn't have before. He has traction, which increases his turning speed by 20%, but decreases his stamina regen by 30%. And the Ano stamina regen is not that fast, so I don't know if this move would be the best. And then you have strong legs, which is where you take 40% less knockback and 15% increased bone break healing. This will probably be the best option, and I'll explain why in a little bit. For hide, you now have tough scutes where you can increase your armor by another 25%. So you can really make the Ano bulky and just a tank and soak up a lot of damage. And then resilient scales, which you increase bleed and venom healing by 30%. For legs, this is probably his 2 best abilities that really makes him as strong as he is. Hunker down ability is where you crouch in place for 5 seconds and it'll grant you extreme incoming damage resistance until you move or uncrouch. What that means is once you're in the hunker down ability, if a dinosaur is biting you or trying to attack you, you will take extreme less damage. And then fortify is kind of the same thing, but you have to crouch for 15 seconds instead of 5, and it'll grant you increased damage resistance and bleed resistance until uncrouching. But the difference is between the two is you're able to move while crouch, and this ability will still be activated. For back limb, they did give him 2 new abilities also. Paddle, which increases swim speed by 20, swim stamina by 30, and oxygen by 30. So I guess they're trying to make him more aquatic. And then you have Burly, which increases stamina regen by 20% and bone break healing by 20%. Okay, this one can be really good. And then for tail, you have 3 tail attacks. So the first one is a charged up tail attack that inflicts bone break based on how long it's held. Now this will only do 20 damage, but you can get up to at least 40-second bone break on most dinos. For the regular tail attack, which is just small damage and low bone break, it does about 35 damage and about 4-second bone break, which is not that long, but if you use it in combination with another tail, then that combination can work. If you bone break them and then hit them with the other move really quickly, then that could be a good combination. For tail slam, which is an attack that you slam on the ground, and this is the highest damaging move that he has, and it does 130 damage. Now he used to have a front tail attack as well, but they seem to remove that. So now when it comes to his hunker down ability, how that works is you crouch like this. You can see the timer on the bottom for the ability. Now you are able to turn in a circle, and you can move left to right with precise movement, but the second you move, even if it's a little step like this, you can see it went away, and then you have to wait another 5 seconds. But overall, it comes back pretty fast. And the reason this is so good is because when you're getting attacked by either packs or even like a single dino like a T-Rex or something, you can basically win your 1v1s if the T-Rex is aggressive enough to keep attacking you. He'll be biting on top of you. You just keep hitting him and bone breaking his legs to where he can't run away. Eventually, you're going to end up out damaging him. Now, they did give the Ano some moves to make him more aquatic, but I feel like he's still very slow in water, even without those abilities. Look at this. So you can give him abilities to make him a little bit faster in water. I'm not sure why they did that, though. I mean, was he supposed to be semi-aquatic in any type of way? If he was, let me know in the comments below. As far as his stamina drain, his movement speed is not that fast. He has like one of the lowest movement speeds in the game, so he's one of the slowest dinos. Stamina drain is kind of decent, and then the stamina recovery is pretty slow, so you got to really be careful when it comes to all that stuff. Yeah, another thing is when you're fighting with him. So I said when you're in the hunker down ability, you're pretty much safe. The problem with a stationary ability like this is a smart dino or a pack of dinos that are smart. They will normally wait you out until you have to move to either get some water, to get some food, or whatever the reason is. So you can see right now my food and water are like a quarter way, almost drained. If I was fighting somebody right now and I'm in hunker down, they will know not to attack me and they'll just sit down next to me or wait next to me until I have to move to either get water or get food. Because once you run out of water or food, you're going to start bleeding out anyway. So when you're fighting an Ano, to be smart, you have to just wait it out, be more patient. Eventually, he's going to move or he's going to do something stupid that's going to give you your advantage. Also, I don't know if this still works, but it used to work back then. When the Ano's in the hunker down ability, if you're a T-Rex and you do a bone snap, apparently the bone snap, when you bone break the Ano, it brings him out of the hunker down ability, giving you a chance to get some good moves, good like bites on him to get as much damage as you can. Now, I tried experiments in the past with the Pachy and the Pycno, if the charging attack and the knockback can actually push the Ano out of the hunker down ability. And from what I've seen, it did not work. Trying to do a charging attack on the Ano that's in hunker down apparently did not move him at the time. And now, because they gave him the strong legs, he even takes a less knockback now, 40% less knockback, and increased bone break healing. So they actually buffed the hell out of the Ano, even though I think he really didn't need it. But another bad thing is, as strong as he is not that strong on the move. So if you're like, let's say fighting something and he's chasing you like this and biting on you and you're swinging your tail, you're going to be taking a lot of damage. I wouldn't suggest chasing something unless you're in a pack or, you have the edge on him, he's about to bleed out, he's about to die. But travel PvP or movement PvP is not the best when it comes to the Ano. His strength is stationary defense type of PvP. And that's not made for a lot of people. A lot of people they're not patient enough to, sit there in the hunker down and just wait for someone to attack them. They want to be more aggressive. But with the Ano, you can be the aggressor sometimes, but you really have to be careful because if you're not paying attention, you can die fairly quickly. But is the Ano still worth growing? I'm going to say yes. Even though he's more of a defense dino, he's more of a tank. He's very, he can take a lot of hits. He can eat a lot of damage, which is always good. Always good to have in a pack of herbivores. He can be used as a distraction. I'm going to say yes, the Ano is definitely worth growing. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the Ano before and after the buff. And if I forgot to mention anything, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what dino you want me to do next. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content.